Hello, everybody. Scott Golden here with the Mid South Wrestling Review Series for the 28th of July 2000. I'm sorry, 1984. 2004. That'd be awesome. Anyway, there is a announcement as it relates to the punishments related to the assaults used by Butcher Reed and Buddy Landell. Basically, they are going to be handled. Then we go to a clunky promo. I say clunky only because Dr. Death Steve Williams never really good with promos, challenging the television champion, whoever it may be, the winner of Khrushchev and Terry Taylor. He believes he is the rightful owner of the medals and the television championship. Khrushchev and Taylor go at it here, and without a doubt, obviously, continuation of that. The Taylor and Khrushchev run has existed for a good bit of a while. Tie up both men kind of jockeying for position, not really getting either advantage there. More power from Khrushchev, more speed from Taylor. Taylor still takes the top wrist lock and holds it down. Meanwhile, there's a reversal that leads to Khrushchev kind of getting good deal. If you are looking for ways to be a babyface that's kind of in peril but maybe understated, Terry Taylor is a good guy to study. They get several minutes out of a wrist lock, hammer lock, arm bar combination. Meanwhile, Dr. Death on the outside of the ring watching the whole thing come together. Both guys bonk heads along the way. Taylor is momentarily distracted a bit with Dr. Death on the outside after that. Dr. Death willing to take advantages where he can. Hard shots by Khrushchev along the way there. Big body slam into the middle of the ring by Khrushchev. Meanwhile, kind of puts him down over the bottom rope, and Terry Taylor gets the foot over the bottom rope in a pinning combination scenario. Chokes attempted by Khrushchev. Meanwhile, Terry Taylor takes a shot at being kicked off. Well, after being kicked off of an Oklahoma roll, takes a shot and nails nails Williams, and then Taylor gets the roll up with the 1-2-3 off a sunset flip, and obviously a shot and the heel turn by Dr. Death Steve Williams, hitting Taylor with his own medals after winning the television championship match there with Khrushchev, and obviously in what was easy to predict, although well played out. There is a heel turn by Dr. Death Steve Williams. Then we go to Midnight Express against Josh Stroud and Mike Jackson. Jim Cornette continues to be happy with everything that his Midnight Express is doing. Hercules Hernandez at ringside with Cornette as the bodyguard. By this point in Mid-South, I'm assuming Cornette actually needs a legit bodyguard. And who better to have than a guy like Hercules? Stroud has been a major enhancement talent there. Hangs on with the head scissors for quite a few minutes. Tag off to Jackson. Jackson comes in, arm bars and basic wrestling. Bobby Eaton comes out ahead with a headlock there. He doesn't come out ahead very long. Shoulder tackle by Eaton. Eaton comes out up and over, and Jackson puts a block on for a minute. Jackson does the up and over with the flip, and then ends up hitting the head scissors takeover after a hip toss, and Jackson keeps it moving. Double team Boston Crab and elbow drop by Condrey off the ropes with the elbow, and some shots along the way. Needless to say, that the Midnight Express having a little more challenge with this particular team than one would imagine them to have. Some shots along the midsection, and then we see Stroud get herked up in the power slam type maneuver, and the tag team champions, or the on again off again champions anyway, are victorious here. Hercules Hernandez is up next, so Jim Cornette returns with him. Rick McCord providing the opposition for Hernandez here. And McCord obviously goes on to be Austin Idol. Cornette very happy with his bodyguard, very happy to have a bodyguard, I'm sure, both legitimately and figuratively. Big power slams and power moves by Hercules. Continues with the actually leaping high knee, which is kind of bizarre to see him use. Also a backbreaker along the way. Hercules looks to be worth $1 million bucks there. Stun gun type maneuver across the top rope. Almost could have thrown him over the top. And a modified sleeper by Hercules gets him the victory. Schroeder and Owens versus Duggan and JYD. Duggan and JYD, I assume, are going to end up facing the Midnight Express somewhere down the line consistently, or at least for a mini feud anyway. The reason I assume this is because you don't team up baby faces like that if you don't have some sort of plan. Schroeder, bigger for an enhancement talent guy. Duggan sends him shoulder first into the buckle, and Duggan continues to brawl and stomp on him. Meanwhile, JYD kind of hooking on the arm and gets things going in that general direction. The Irish whip by Duggan. Duggan back in and hits a clothesline there. Duggan pretty aggressive and assertive with his desire for the clothesline. Double tag, double team headbutt by the Junkyard Dog. Dog comes through with a headbutt that leads him to be in a positive direction, and hard shots by Schroeder. Schroeder, he grabs the bear hug, hangs on for dear life if he can. Roll through by the Dog, awkward looking, but gets a tag anyway. Big body slam by Duggan. Duggan does manage to help his team get the win with the running football tackle. Randy Barber and Pat Rose providing some opposition for the Pretty Young Things here up next. And Barber and Rose kind of, let's be honest, filling time. Not the best of situations, and with only a couple of minutes left, we kind of do know that the Pretty Young Things are here as a team who probably might have a few more matches with the Midnight Express, but they're not going to be guys who are winning a lot here, I wouldn't imagine, unless it's enhancement style matches. Snapmare takeovers and basic stuff, tag off. Austin comes back in. Norvell Austin comes back in. He hits a double chop to the throat, which is less than a babyface move. And Coco comes back in, hitting a drop kick. Austin comes back in. They do some decent tag team stuff. Power slam by Coco, and 1-2 out the back door comes the heel enhancements, and ultimately, Austin comes in. He's kind of hooking things up and gets the victory for his team. Music video look at the Fantastics, and Cornette is less than happy that JYD and Jim Duggan have earned the right at the Midnight Express in a very soon event here. Hercules is beside Jim Cornette, and so he's a little bolder, but basically says that JYD and Duggan should be run out of town, and that is his affirmation in the whole thing. But we will close with that. We'll move into August here in 1984 Mid-South. We'll be back with more right after this.